guys, Nerdfighter here from Blank's Universe, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Nexus 5 from Google. Although this may seem like a relatively cheap phone, it doesn't mean it lacks in quality or performance. In fact, for its price point, it outperforms many other mobile devices. This is the 5th iteration of Nexus phones, and this is also the largest in its lineup. The Nexus 5 comes with many of the features found on the Nexus 4, and comes in a white box with a blue slipcover. Like the Nexus 4, the Nexus 5 is also manufactured by LG. We didn't run into any issues getting the cover off, similar to the previous generation of Nexus 7 tablets. Cutting open the tape and lifting up the box, we find the sleek phone itself. Under the tray it was sitting on, we see blue cardboard covering what seems to be manuals. So first we find the SIM ejection tool, similar to the one that comes with the iPhone. User guide on which buttons do what. Another one in another language. We have a safety and warranty guide. We have another safety and warranty guide. We have a USB to micro USB cable, as well as a 1.2 amp wall wart. The Nexus 5 features a 5-inch 1080p full IPS display with Corning Gorilla Glass 3 and a pixel density of 445 pixels per inch. On the back we find a nice black matte finish with a Nexus logo embossed in the middle. The phone fits comfortably in your hand due to the curved design, and all the buttons are easy to press with one-hand operation. The Nexus 5 has ceramic volume and lock buttons, which improves the build quality and feel of the phone. On the bottom we find a speaker, a microphone, and a micro USB port, which is also slim port enabled, similar to the Nexus 4. On the top we find an additional microphone for noise cancellation, as well as a 3.5mm headphone jack. On the back is where we find the 8-megapixel camera, as well as the built-in LED flash. On the front there's a 1.3-megapixel camera, as well as the headset speaker. Now while we wait for the device to turn on, let's talk about the specs. The Nexus 5 uses a 2.3 GHz Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 and a 450 MHz Arduino 330 GPU, similar to the Galaxy Note 3, or at least the Canadian version. Yes, we get slower phones. The CPU is paired with 2 GB of RAM, as well as a selection of 16 or 32 gigs of internal storage. Sadly, there's no expandable memory, so you aren't able to add a micro SD card. With the 2300 mAh battery, 200 mAh more than the Nexus 4, you should get a good 17 hours of talk time, or more importantly, 8.5 hours of internet time. The 5 will also feature the built-in key-compatible wireless charging system, NFC, dual-band Wi-Fi with added support for wireless AC, LTE support, finally, Bluetooth 4.0 LTE, and it's also running Android 4.4 KitKat. The 8-megapixel camera on the back features optical image stabilization, as well as an HDR Plus mode to expand the dynamic range. When we finally reached the welcome screen, unfortunately we had to wait for a system update, which did take longer than the 5 minutes Google claimed. Once the phone is all set up and updated, the phone will prompt you through a lot of setup screens asking you if you want Google+, which no one uses, as well as teaching you how to use your phone. Once you get to the home screen, you will notice that all the icons have been changed, as well as the absence of a Messenger app. This is because it's replaced by Google Hangouts, which does both IM and SMS now. If we load up the YouTube app, we'll notice that the phone is relatively snappy, and everything loads quite quickly. Here we're going to search for Blank's Universe with my very slow home internet and see how fast this loads. Even with 2 megabytes download, all the thumbnails load extremely fast and the ads load quickly as well. Not that sure about videos. Scrolling is ultra responsive and all the thumbnails load quickly, even when scrolling with slow internet. All apps feel super responsive with very little lag and quick loading times. You often don't have to wait for this phone to do anything, which is nice. There are improvements to the new dialer with a tiled contact list. Here we have the favorites. The dialer pops up from the bottom, or slides up from the bottom, and contacts can still be seen at the top. Multitasking is still done in the same way, but there's still no clear all button or task manager. The 5 is slightly longer than the Nexus 4, but is still the same width. It's also slightly thicker, but it's not something you would notice. Thanks for checking out this unboxing of the Nexus 5. Don't forget to favorite and subscribe.